be around cheer moms doing material because I think I mortified them more than I made them laugh, which quite frankly I was fine with. But, you know, it's good to be able to be more dimensional, do more type of comedy. I enjoy it a little bit.
Well, you'll stick around for a little bit later gig?
I'm going to stick around.
Cool.
You couldn't get rid of me. In fact, if they towed my car, I'm sleeping here.
I want to also. And I also want to get to our next comic. She's a lovely woman. I love her. She loves me. I don't know how much after this show. But that being said, Miss Cindy Weiss.
Thank you very much. I have to say, this is really one of my favorite times of the year because I am somebody who does like to cover up. And right now I'm rocking a look that I call maternity chic. And I like it because there's an element of mystery to it. It's kind of, is she? Or isn't she? I'm in a relationship. My boyfriend and I met online. We met on the site JDate, and we are a JDate success story. We have been together since our first date 10 years ago, and we have successfully avoided talking about marriage the entire time. And, you know, it's funny. Thank you. I know. And you can tell I don't dress like a single person anymore, you know. Like, this is an outfit that says, it's Friday night. I'm going to roast a chicken and cry. No crying. There's no crying with that. So I'm the least athletic person you will ever meet. Like, when I wear sneakers, friends don't ask if I just went to the gym. They ask if everything's okay. We're talking that level of athleticism. I also, I get compared to Velma from Scooby-Doo. Yeah, the least sexy character since Peppermint Patty ever created. But you know what? I'm okay with it because, let's face it, I'm not sexy. I'm not. I am better than that. I am adorable. And you know what? I wouldn't even know how to be sexy because I never find myself in what I call sexy situations, like on the cover of Maxim. I know, take that in. Or tied up in a serial killer's basement. You know, I do adorable things. An adorable tidbit about me is that I'm a smoker. I am. But I'm that rare breed, the polite smoker. Like, if your kids are around, I will offer them one. I was raised that way. And my parents, I have to say, they've raised me well. My dad just had a kidney transplant not too long ago. And I was the daughter who did not donate a kidney to him. But, you know, and that's I've got to say, a whole new level of sibling rivalry right there. But, and I don't want people to think that we're, actually, she may have given them the kidney, but they like me more. So we're okay. And I don't want anyone to think that we're keeping her around to harvest her organs or anything like that. We're not. But it's good to know that I can keep drinking the way I do and I have her as a backup liver. You know? So I have a PSA. As kind and polite as you think it is, don't call me ma'am. Don't do it. Okay? Because a ma'am wears a fur coat in 90-degree weather and carries around a Duane Reade shopping bag stuffed with old Duane Reade shopping bags. You've seen her before, right? I'm not a ma'am. I'm a Ms., okay? A Ms. wears tank tops in 30-degree weather, and a Ms. carries a Duane Reade shopping bag filled with wine and cigarettes and Plan B. I'm a Ms., okay? I'm also in my 40s. Oh, my God, I'm in my 40s. I am mid-40s. And I'm finding it to be, thank you so much. I'm finding it to be a very confusing time because I have no idea what's age appropriate anymore. And I realized this as I was reading The Hunger Games while waiting to have a mammogram. Two activities that just don't belong together. And, you know, I don't know if anyone knows this, but when you do go to see a doctor, you have some tests done, they will give you your results on a DVD. And this is the closest I will ever get to a sex tape. So I was very excited about that. And you know, I haven't. I had a few doctors, a lot of stuff going on, and a lot of doctors have seen me. And I'm not one to get frisky in the bedroom, but if latex gloves and a copay are involved, I'll just go with it. And I'm gonna go out with it right now. Thank you very much.
Look at it. See, this is what you call a hard-working crew member right
Thank
here.
you. All right.
Thank you, John.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
John.
Cindy.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Cyclone.
No, thank you. So,
Getting comfortable.
J-Date success story.
J-Date success story.
Jesus.
10 years.
I met my ex on a website too.
Mm?
eBay.
Hey.
She cost me only my best offer, which was my hairline.
Woo.
Wow.
I know.
Wow.
I know. You're taking it all in. I know.
It's expensive for a guy.
expensive in the sense of
'Cause-
dating and.
No,
and
because guys got to pay to be on there. I looked into it.
I had to pay to be on there too.
Did you really?
It's not free for ladies.
What's up with that J-Date, you Jewish people? You're getting a demerit. Hell, you know what? My music guest that was supposed to be here, your butt's getting a demerit too. So,
Yes.
speaking of love and all that stuff,
I'm an
Do you-
expert on
do
love.
you do this for love or for money?
Love. All about the love and the tears and
Mostly tears?
the feelings of self-loathing and no I do I love it. I love doing comedy. I have a day job, you know, I have to, but I've been performing, God, long time, since the 90s.
Wow.
The 90s.
So- I mean, this is going to sound so sexist and me
Oh,
per-
bring it, bring it.
See, here's the thing. I think like you know, catfishing and catcalling are all screwed up by dog people that just want to denigrate cats. But this is going to come off really bad. And do you find it harder to get booked as a mature woman?
I find it hard to get catcalled. I would just like to be catcalled, for God's sakes, you know? Really. I find that I can tailor myself to a show. If somebody wants, I mean, I don't think I come across as a woman of a certain age. I mean, I think I come across as kind of a mix. You know, I think I had a couple, two kids, and I call them kids because they were in their like early 20s, come up to me after, and this is, I did the mammogram joke, and one of the guy said to me, he's like, a lot of women in my family, and your material really resonated with me. A 28-year-old bro, with his hat backwards, telling me that his material resonated. So I think I just kind of, you know, I say what I feel, but I think I make it relatable. So I don't think it's, you know.
And whenever I get up, people come up to me and say stuff too. You suck. You're a hack. Quit. Kill yourself. They do.
No.
But being I don't get up that much, I don't have to hear it that much.
Yes.
I love the attention
Love
of a
her.
good woman. What do you like about doing this?
God, there's a lot. I mean, obviously making people laugh. But, you know, the adoring fans, the sex, I don't know. I don't, no, it's,
You get sex out of this?
no. I've been in a relationship for 10
J-Date,
years.
Jeez, I mean,
No, I just, the people, I mean, comics are as crazy as people think they are and miserable. They're really not. They're a really good group of people. And I've made a lot of good friends, and I think I've gotten a lot of opportunities to meet new people who I'd never would have met doing anything else.
and I've met a lot of people that don't want to know me, so. Well, I bet you after today, here comes another one. I know him for a pretty long time. He probably is going to hate me. But nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Wilson McDermott.
Thank you. Thank you, Cyclone. Listen, when I hit my 40s, something changed. I noticed my sexual fantasies were becoming more age appropriate. Like now, at the end of all my fantasies, I have a heart attack. Been doing some online dating. I signed up for eHarmony. I was excited about that. And then they matched me with my ex-wife. So maybe they don't know what harmony means. That's what I'm telling myself. I have 2 teenage kids. Anyone else familiar with this level of suffering?
Woo!
Okay, a couple of people. I finally got around to having the birds and the bees talk with my son, and wow, I learned a lot. It's working. So I get to the end of this father-son sex talk, and I realize I didn't tell him anything he didn't already know. And that makes me think the puppet show was completely unnecessary. But if you know, Ed, you probably know the questions that kids ask. Like, my son recently asked me if I'd ever experimented with drugs. Ooh. I was like, well, son, experiment's probably not the right word. It's more like a systematic research study, also known as high school. Back on Valentine's Day, I texted my 12-year-old daughter, "Will you be my Valentine?" She wrote back, "Don't be so creepy." What a bitch. Oh, man. I joke a lot about my kids, but they're amazing. I mean, they're like family, Anyway, I have a PhD in psychology, so I'm not even really sure what I'm doing here today. I used to be a therapist, and that was quite a learning experience. One of the first patients I ever had was hallucinating that he was covered with rats and mice, and I did not know what to do, so I bought him a cat. Here's another lesson I learned. If you have a patient with 8 personalities, and you bill each personality separately, that's called insurance fraud, it turns out. Rookie mistake. Sigmund Freud, the father of talk therapy, most of you probably know. What a lot of people don't know, and this is true, this is actual fact, Sigmund Freud was addicted to cigars and addicted to cocaine, and he was obsessed with sex. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is not the guy you go into therapy with. Right? This is the guy you go to Atlantic City with. That could be fun. So by day, I'm a college professor. I'm in class all day. I do comedy at night, so it's like I'm living vicariously through myself. I tell my class, stay in school, kids, because there are no jobs. If you want one, got to wait till someone retires or dies. I'll let you in on a little secret, Cyclone. Most professors think college students are getting dumber and dumber year after year. And I think I have an example of that. A student who was failing one of my classes asked me what he needed to do to get a better grade. And I told him he better try plagiarism. His response, "Didn't that wipe out like all of Europe in the 12th century?" I was like, apparently not. Your dumbass ancestors survived, and here we are 900 years later having this conversation. Being a professor is not a macho job. I get that. It's not like being an iron worker or here's a macho job, ultimate fighter. That's macho. No, but let me ask you something, Mr. Ultimate Fighter. You can break a man's spine with your fists, but can you break his spirit with a C-? So I spend my afternoons. I actually think technology is ruining education. My students' idea of class participation is texting me in the middle of a lecture, which wouldn't be so bad if they didn't send messages like, "Professors are losers." To which I respond, C-. I'll leave you with this last thought. I am Facebook friends with some of my students, but I probably shouldn't be because I post stupid status updates Like, I can't grade another paper until I sober up. Ah.